So, welcome to the beginning of week 5 and our team learning sessions. I hope that these sessions will do two things. First off, just as a learner, I hope this will be a good experience, as that you'll get a greater variety of thought and content presentation than you would with just myself being the one setting up the learning experiences. And in addition, I hope that each team is benefiting in terms of your own understanding of adult education preparation and facilitation. So just a few items that I'd like to share with you as we begin these team learning sessions over the next 5 weeks here. First off, I'm going to do these short overview videos each week. This is not in any way intended to duplicate the efforts of each team, but rather it's just a way to help provide some basic information about each week's topic, and to hopefully ensure that we understand the basics of the topic so the team can then help us to dig deeper into those. Second, you will not see me as the lead facilitator during these 5 team learning session weeks. That is a role, of course, that each team is going to take on. But what my role is going to be is that I'll still be absolutely reading every single posting, as I always do. At times, you may actually see me participating as a fellow learner, adding ideas or questions or things, as each of you do. And then also I'll be adding any clarification as the team asks me to. So that'll be a role that when you each are facilitating your week, you should be aware that you can certainly ask me to do if you're not comfortable with something that, or with your knowledge on the topic or whatever it may be. So I have deliberately chosen the 5 topics that we're doing for these team learning sessions. It's kind of an explanation of that. During the first half of this class, we really focused on adult development and then the theories related to that. And then we moved more into adult learning, out of the development into the learning. And we mostly either looked at more traditional learning theories or ones that might apply to younger as well as adult and older learners. But now the 5 topics that we're exploring in these team learning sessions over these next 5 weeks are ones that have really grown out of adult education in particular. They're ones that are unique to adult education and particularly focused on the learning of just adults. So in a way, I kind of like to think of these topics as the culmination of 624. They use many of the ideas that we have already learned regarding development and more basic learning theories, but they build upon them in a way that gives a unique adult learning view. So, of course, the first topic that we're examining during these team learning sessions is self-directed learning, often referred to as SDL, just in case I throw that term in here accidentally. The name, of course, self-directed learning, pretty self-explanatory, but there's a lot of ideas within SDL that are really important for adult educators to examine. I'll just throw out a handful here. What is the role of self-directed learning in a formal learning setting? Do adult educators actually play a role in self-directed learning? For an example of that, Grow has a model that is described in the chapter, and there's a table of his model. Let's see here. What else? What is important? What is the importance of SDL to the overall world of adult education? Some argue that maybe it really is the heart of what adult education is all about. If we consider adult ed to equate lifelong learning. Some other things that we can consider with self-directed learning. What leads to a positive and productive self-directed learning experience for an individual? So, as you've read in Chapter 5, researchers have tackled some of these questions, but a lot of questions still remain. More so than some of the other topics that we're going to be covering over the next 5 weeks, I don't think a lengthy explanation or description of SDL is really very necessary here. Again, just from the name itself, we already have a very good idea of what this concept is about, and we can probably pretty easily grasp the basic details at least. But I really do encourage you to please look further into the implications of this type of adult learning, and the implications it might have for you as a personal learner as well as for you as an adult educator.